everybody. This is Sarah Lewis from the Lexington office, and I am going to go live here in a second. So if you are on and you can hear me, please go ahead and comment if you can hear. I'm going to give it just a few minutes as we get people to log on. So please do comment. I am on my phone today, so hopefully I can see your comments. But I'm also going to be posting in just a second some links for you all. So go ahead, let me know if you can hear me, and then we will get started with Brownie Eco Friend. Looks like we're getting some people on. Good morning, Karen. Okay, Karen, can you hear me okay? Yes, please do let us know where you're from, your troop number. We love it when we get to see. This is for the Brownie Eco Friend badge. Yes, Sarah. Awesome. Good morning, everybody. We're going to get started in just a second. Let us know where you're from. Let us know your troop number. What I was saying was that we love when we hear that we have people far and wide tuning in. And I am going to pull this up on my laptop really quick too. I am inside right now. I am wearing my rain gear, but I'm gonna step outside here in just a minute after we get started. Awesome, yes. So if you all are in the comments, I am going to go ahead and send a couple of links. The first link is to our gskentucky.org COVID-19 page. The reason I'm linking this is because we want to try to do these videos for you guys daily when we can. However, this gskentucky.org page has a ton of resources. It has things like badges that you can do from home if you can't tune in to us here on Facebook Live. It has patch programs that you can do. It has videos. And as we do these Facebook Live videos, they actually are recorded, and we have a YouTube channel okay, it looks like that one posted. We're making a playlist of these videos that specifically are Girl Scouts at Home content that we have created during this time for you all. So if you go to YouTube and search Girl Scouts of Kentucky's Wilderness Road Council, you will soon be able to see a full playlist of all the videos that we have done. We've done yoga was one of the first ones. We have done public speaking. We did the Daisy Eco badge yesterday, but I'm also going to post a link for the GSUSA COVID-19 Girl Scouts at Home activities too. Because they have some really awesome stuff. So with that, I have posted those two links in the comments. I'm gonna pin the one for our website so that everybody can see that. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and move outside. So it is not the prettiest day outside today, but we wanted to still get this to you guys. I'm hoping it doesn't start raining on me. Thank you, Abby. Glad to have all of you guys here. It does say that I have a low network connection, so hopefully I don't lose you guys. If you start to hear me break up or anything, let me know. I am going to be walking around my backyard. Good morning, Ruby. I'll be walking around my backyard, so I might lose connection. We'll see. Hopefully we don't. So, again, check out those links that I shared at the very beginning. If for more fun stuff to do with Girl Scouts at Home. But for now, I'm going to turn you all around so you can at least watch my gorgeous backyard while I'm talking at you. So here's what we're looking at today. Again, it is not the prettiest day, but it's at least green. So the first step to our Brownie Eco Friend, ways that we can help the outdoors. Now, one of the primary ways that I think of when we talk about helping the outdoors is our leave no trace principle. So some of you maybe heard leave no trace before, and maybe it sounds a little self-explanatory. Go somewhere, don't leave any trace that you were there. But there are actual principles to leave no trace. We want to make sure that if we're going to go out into the wilderness, that we know exactly where we're going before we go. We want to make sure, okay, do we know if there's a trail available? Do we know if there's a place where it has specifically been made for humans to go and camp? We want to make sure that we choose the right path for us and don't try to necessarily make our own paths. There are often trails at places that are nice outdoor spaces. That way, if it's already pre-made, then we are just walking that path instead of maybe disrupting something and creating our own. We want to make sure that if we have any trash with us, maybe we take some snacks, some granola, maybe we take water bottles. Hopefully we have our own reusable water bottle, but if we do have trash, we don't leave it on the ground, we don't toss it out the window. Littering can really be damaging to our environment, and it just doesn't look good, right? So we want to make sure we know where we're going, we choose our right path, we make sure to trash our trash where it belongs. We make sure that we don't take things out of the environment. We want to make sure we're leaving what we find there. We look at it, we don't touch it, we make sure it stays where it likes to live. We also want to make sure that we're careful with fire, and we're going to talk about fire later. There's my fire pit over there. We want to make sure we respect wildlife, which we're also going to talk more about later. And we want to make sure that we are kind. We always want to make sure that we're kind. We know that's part of our Girl Scout methodology, is to always be kind to one another. So, helping the outdoors, we want to make sure that we leave no trace always. Trail mix is delicious, yes. We want to make sure that we are observing our outdoor spaces. So that's why I wanted to take you all around my backyard today, because we have actually a lot of really awesome ecosystems even just here in our little backyard. So I'm going to take you guys back here. I really hope that I don't lose my connection because I'm getting a little bit further away from the house. Would somebody mind just letting me know in the comments that you guys can still hear me okay? Michigan, Western Ohio, Virginia. We love that. We love to see that. So here I am in the backyard observing some outdoor space. Now what I see just at first glance are some trees. Don't have too many leaves on them right now, but I do see some, hello from Florida. I see some awesome little tree buds here. I'm going to see if I can get them into focus. So we know that the trees are going to bloom soon. We also have our compost pile that's struggling along. And then we also have some really big old wood that we've got resting in the backyard. This was here before my roommate and I moved in. It's very heavy. It's also kind of rotten, but just because it's rotting doesn't mean that there aren't things that are alive in there. So I'm observing some trees, some wood, some grass, some compost. We also have some vines, and I also want to gently move my way over here because we actually have some birdhouses on our fence, and I'm not sure if anybody's living there right now, but we hope so. So we have some old birdhouses, and then obviously the trees and the grass have lots of life within them. So we want to observe outdoor spaces, and this is actually where I have kind of an assignment for you guys today. We would really love if you all at home, whether you're an adult or a girl, if you're an adult, maybe pass this along to your girl. We'd love if you all would take a video of your own backyard or maybe make a poster telling us about ways that you are able to observe your environment and ways that you can think of to help your environment. How can you make an impact positively on the outdoors? So we want to make sure we keep those leave no trace principles in mind. But either send us a video or make a poster of different ways that you can help the environment. I know I mentioned picking up trash. We could also plant trees. or, you know, there's lots of different ways that you can help. I don't want to give you too many ideas because I want you to come up with them yourself too. So with that, we have observed some outdoor space here. And again, I'm going to get a little closer. If you all have seen The Lion King, maybe you remember that scene where they lift up that log and there's tons of little grubbies and insects underneath there. I have a feeling that's exactly what would happen if we were strong enough to lift up these big chunks of old wood. I think we would find lots of fun insects underneath there. I'm gonna walk back over here. And again, we have a little bird feeder there. More trees. Here's another really cool spot. It's actually a hole in our tree that has grass growing out of it. This is midway up our tree here, so that's a really neat little environment that maybe some bugs could live in, maybe some little critters, squirrels. I have often seen a fat little possum walking on our fence line, who we named, I think, Meatball the possum. So we are back over here by my lovely fire pit, which is what I wanted to be around for the third step of our badge, which is building a safe fire. Now, not everybody has, a great backyard. We really love our backyard. Not everybody has space for this, so if you're out camping or in an outdoor space where you are allowed to safely have a fire, there are different ways to have a fire. You might have a fire pit that's already built in at a campsite. You might have something called a fire pan that you can use for camping. Some folks that are really experienced could even use a trash can lid that's made out of metal. But we got really lucky and have a nice backyard. So my roommate and I, we both really like building fires. This is our fire pit. Now, one of the safest ways to have a fire is to make sure that it is off of the ground, so you're not just building it directly on the grass. So we wanted to make sure that it had a base, and we did this ourselves. I really recommend, if you do have the outdoor space for it, it could be a really great family activity to work on. We happened to have some bricks laying around that were left before we moved in, but we went out to the home improvement store and bought some cement. We also learned that cement can be really harmful to your skin, so I do recommend, if you're going to build something like this, to have some gloves. But we made sure to dig out the ground a little bit, make sure all of the grass was out of the way. Anything that was really dry, that could maybe catch fire easily, we got that out of the way. And then we simply stacked our bricks, and you can always add more cement in between your bricks. Make sure that you have a nice sturdy base, and then you have some walls to keep that fire in. Now, if you're going to build a fire, it's important to make sure that you are doing it in the right space. So we wanted to make sure, first and foremost, that it was going to be safe. So if you look at this big backyard, we knew that we wanted our fire pit to be not directly next to the house, and you can see our pile of sticks that we collect for when we want to build up a fire. We wanted it to be safely away from the house. We also wanted it to be safely away from any of these awesome trees that we have in the backyard. And we wanted it to be conveniently located so that if we have friends over, you can make s'mores. I hope that you all are still getting your s'mores fix, even though it's kind of gross out recently. So yeah, if you're gonna build a fire, you want to make sure that you are safely away from anything else that the fire could catch on to. So we have these bricks stacked in a way that the fire can still get its airflow that it needs, but it has nice, safe walls to keep the fire in. You can see we used it just the other day. Need to clean it out. So if you do have a space like this where you could build your own fire pit, I definitely recommend doing it because it is unlimited fun with fire that you can play safely with, make s'mores often, especially as it's warming up. It could be a really great way for you and your family to gather in your backyard. So if you're going to build a fire, make sure to review your safety guidelines, make sure that it has everything it needs to make sure that the fire has air, wood to burn, fodder, all kinds of good fire stuff. So review that with an adult when you are going to start building your fire. But I just thought this would be a fun way for me to show you guys how I like to enjoy fire safely in my own backyard. Now, the last two steps of our Brownie Eco Badge are to be kind and to take care of wildlife. Now, we also have some little bucket gardens over here, and they're kind of sad from the winter still. But something that I wanted to mention was that just the other day, when it was really nice out, my roommate was cutting the grass, and he happened to see a snake. So I will say that personally, I have some inner fears, maybe rational, maybe irrational, of snakes. I think a lot of people have encountered snakes before and kind of freeze up. But when we're in this outside environment, something we have to remember is that this is their home too. And so, even if we encounter something that is maybe scary to us, we want to make sure that first and foremost, we are safe. But secondly, that we are leaving it alone and letting it live its life to its fullest extent. Even if it's scary to us. Just because something is super scary doesn't mean we shouldn't respect it. So if you do see a snake, or maybe spiders are your thing, if you see a spider, especially outside, this is their home too. We want to make sure we're being respectful and letting them live in their environment too. So I wanted to show you guys these gardens as well, just because that's a great place to think about taking care of the environment, taking care of what lives here, because you'll see our buckets have a lot of leaves in them. They also have maybe some older plants that are growing. And what that means is that there are definitely some bugs in here somewhere. So I don't want to dig around too much because, again, there might be something in here that's trying to live its life undisturbed. And eventually we'll probably get back in here and garden. But I'm going to just try to remove some of this to see if I can see any bugs. And maybe if you have a nice day coming up, you can try this on your own. Let's see. I'm going to dig around a little bit and we'll see if we can find anything. Nothing yet. You can see it's nice dark soil. Would be a really great spot for some worms to live. Maybe some little beetles. Nothing yet. Also, it's really kind of chilly out today. So it could be that our bug friends are just trying to stay warm. Yep. Well, nothing too exciting in our garden bin today. But my point here is there are tons of little ecosystems that you can observe. And even if you want to take a look at the big picture, there's life everywhere. I've seen squirrels and birds out here already today. But you can take the time to go outside, look at your own backyard, whether that's somewhere really close to the ground, maybe in a tree, but just go outside and observe your environment, see what you can see, and please tell us about it. Tell us what you find. We also have our Girl Scout hashtags, so if you do make a video or if you do make a poster, please let us know because we really want to see it. We love seeing this interaction from you guys while we're live, but after we finish being live, we want to see what you guys come up with. So if you're an adult, please take this project to your girls. If you're a girl listening, thank you for tuning in. Please find some poster board, a piece of paper, or give us a video of you learning in your environment. Tell us how you think you can best help your outdoor space or the broader outdoor space of the world. And tell us what you observe. Tell us what you find. And especially remember those leave no trace principles as you're doing this. So again, our hashtags are KY Girl Scouts, hashtag KY Girl Scouts. hashtag KY Girl Scouts at Home, and then our Kentucky ones. And you all from Michigan and Florida and California, you can use these too. We would love it if you would still also use hashtag Team Kentucky, hashtag Healthy at Home. Those are some of our state hashtags. And again, just get out there. I know it's dreary today, so if you want to wait till tomorrow when it's a little nicer out, you can do that. But make us a poster. Make us something that shows us what you've learned from this. Going out and observing your environment. Tell us what you've learned from that. Anything cool that you maybe saw. Make a poster, make a video. Any way that you can tell us, here's what I saw, here's how I think I can help in the outdoors as well. Awesome. Well, I'm getting a little chilly out here, guys, and I think that's all I have for you today. So I'm going to go ahead and look through our comments really quick just to make sure we don't have any questions. And again, check out that COVID-19 page on our website that I pinned, or if you have gone through all of that already, check out the GSUSA page because they also have a ton of great stuff you can do. So make sure if you're gonna deal with fire that you're using safe practices, that you have an adult helping you, and that goes for going out and observing your environment too. If you're gonna do it, make sure you're following Leave No Trace, make sure that you have an adult with you, just to make sure that everything is safe. Awesome. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great day.